Hello everyone, I am Amit Kumar, S.St teacher of Paramount Public School. Today I am going to teach class 8th History chapter number 1, A Period of Transition, part 2. With this I will teach you in Hindi also. So let's start. In the previous lecture we will discussed about the sources of the period of transition, that how we get information about the period of transition, and today we will discuss about the movements and the events that give rise to the modern age. In this we discussed about two modern age events and movements. The number one that we are going to discuss, that is the Renaissance. Renaissance, here I want to tell you that the meaning of Renaissance is Punar Jagriti, or in French it is known as rebirth also, Punar Jagriti. So Europe was going through turbulent and difficult times. Turbulent means अशांत, there अशांति थी चारों तरफ. Difficult times in the medieval period. The Roman Empire had broken up, and attacks of the barbarian tribes. Due to attacks of the barbarian was a tribe there in the Roman Empire in Italy, had broken up, and attacks of the barbarian tribes had spread terror everywhere. There was a terror in people's heart. So, and the next point that we have discussed in this regard, that what is the problem there? Feudalism. Feudalism had made life of the common people miserable. Due to the feudalism, we have discussed in the previous lecture also, that feudalism was the Samantavadi system, Samantavadi Pratha, like today that we can say about this Jagirdari or Jamirdari Pratha. Miserable, that is Dayaniya. बड़ी ही लोगों की हालत बड़ी तरसयोग थी. So common people miserable, had made the life of the common people miserable. The church had become all powerful. All the power that lies in the hands of the church. That's why there was a corruption in church also. So it was such a difficult times that the Renaissance was born. So that is the time when there was a change, Punar Jagriti, that came in Europe, in Italy. First it was born in Italy. So meaning, that is rebirth in French. So the meaning of Renaissance is rebirth. The movement was started in Italy in the 14th century. It gives rise to scientific method of inquiry, that now people don't believe in power of, in all the rituals of church. Now they have the reason, they have think that everything is come under reason, that is logic. So everything comes under the scientific method of inquiry. Scientists like Copernicus and Galileo proved that the earth was the center of the universe. Earth was the center of the universe, not is everything came under church. As church, whatever church told to people believe in it. So there is now will proved that the earth was the center of the universe. Leonardo da Vinci was the famous artist of this period, and maybe you have heard about that he has the very world famous creation he has, that is Mona Lisa. His painting, that is world famous painting, he painted Mona Lisa, that Leonardo da Vinci. As a result of trade, when trade has been opened due to Renaissance period, printing press invented, and Renaissance reached other parts of Europe. So printing press invented, and now people came to know about other countries, other nations' beliefs and their do's and don'ts. So the Renaissance period, Renaissance reached to other parts of Europe also. So the Renaissance also led to this Punar Jagriti also led to a religious movement at that time in the 16th century known as Reformation. Reformation is known as Dharam Sudhar Andolan. Due to the prominence of church, so there was a religious movement at that time, that was a Reformation. So let's discuss about the Reformation. The movement aimed to reform the Catholic Church. There was a Catholic Church, and that church has a corruption also. In medieval Europe, the Roman Catholic Church was the highest religious authority, and there was a corruption in church also. So there was a corruption in church, and church was the highest religious authority. There were no other authority at that time. So Christians felt the need to bring major changes and thereby reform the church. So Christian society, Christian people thought about it, and they want major changes regard to church. So that's why there was a reformation has taken place, and there was a changes in church also. So how these two things taken place? What about the voyages of discovery at that time had taken? Why it is called a period of transition? In transition, in change, what was the another change that has taken place? How people came to reach to other people's contact, and how the one country came in contact of the another country. Till the 15th century, the trade between the East and West was controlled by the Arabs. So Arabs was very prominent in doing trade with the countries of Asia as well as India. They basically taken textiles, spices, sugar, indigo from India as well as this is Central Asia, other Asian countries. But after the Turks disrupted this in 1453, Turks disrupted their business in 1453, and the Arab trade and countries of Europe, other countries of Europe like Portugal, Spain, England, to discover sea route to India and the East, to India and other countries. Like in this regard, the series of voyages were undertaken by explorers जो खोज करता होते हैं, explorers. Columbus sailed westward in 1492 to discover sea route to India. He actually set out his expedition to discover India through sea route, but the problem occurred. He reached to the east, not to the west, and finally he find out himself in the island of the coast of the North America. So Columbus discovered America, not India. The another in this regard explorer was Vasco da Gama, who actually discovered India through sea route in 1498, and he reached Calicut in the western coast of India in Calicut in 1498. So Vasco da Gama, he was a Portuguese. वो पुर्तगाल से था, Portuguese. After that, Magellan, the another explorer, set out an expedition to find the Spice Islands. He started from the point and reached back on the same point. From where he started his expedition, actually he reached back to the same point. So he proved that the world was round, कि दुनिया गोल है. So by this he came to know, that Magellan came to know on this point, that the world was actually round. Trade relations established between India and Europe due to the sea route established from America as well as in India, Vasco da Gama, and by this from Europe to India there was a trade routes established. European colonies were established in India, Africa and America. America was captured by England, India was captured by England, as well as Africa was captured by so many European countries in this time. By this we came to end of this topic about Reformation, Renaissance, and that at that time the voyages that has taken place by different explorers. So in next topic we will discuss about the industrial revolution that has started in England and what was the impact on India also. Thank you, class.